charges, and all the investigation facts will be presented to the district attorney, who will make those final charging determinations.
There could be more, is that what you're saying, sir?
I'll leave that to the district attorney.
When do you expect to have positive identification of the body?
I would say probably sometime late today or tomorrow.
That news conference happening less than an hour ago. A really horrific announcement by the San Diego County Sheriff's Department that a female was found in a shallow grave covered with debris, and they believe it is that beautiful girl you're looking at right there, Jaycee King, 17 years old, an avid runner, straight-A student, a volunteer, a great daughter, a beautiful human being, dead. And it didn't have to happen because the prime suspect, John Gardner III, was released after only 5 years. 5 years. Despite the fact that in 2000, he viciously attacked a 13-year-old girl that he had lured home on the pretext of watching a movie, got on top of her, pummeled her face, and molested her. And he got 5 years for that. And as you heard, the district attorney is going to make the final decision, but it is expected that John Gardner III will be arraigned tomorrow on murder and rape in the case of Jaycee King. You know, it really revolts me to have to report on these stories day after day. We really do need, as some guests said earlier on, an uprising, a non-political tea party that's just about law and order and says, hey, enough. Our criminal justice system is junk justice, and I want to see that because that's our big issue tonight. Junk justice. If this guy had been locked up for 30 years, he would have been out there roaming when Jaycee went jogging. My next guest knows all about this, all too well. Katie Calloway Hall was kidnapped and raped by Philip Garrido in 1976. That's the man accused of kidnapping, raping, and holding Jaycee Duggard captive for 18 long years. We're going to get to Katie in just a moment. There are new developments in Jaycee Duggard's heart-wrenching saga. She and her family want to hold the state accountable for its role in Jaycee's 18-year nightmare. The Duggards are expected to sue the California Department of Corrections. They contend parole officers repeatedly missed chances to bust rapist Philip Garrido and end Jaycee's captivity. Police say Garrido and his wife Nancy held Jaycee captive in a filthy backyard compound and that he raped her repeatedly. Jaycee had 2 daughters, allegedly by Garrido as a result of those rapes. For 18 years, parole officers regularly. Hello, Mr. Garrido, are you home? Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh yeah, beautiful day out. See ya next time. Yeah, parole officers visited over and over again. They failed to uncover this horrific secret.
We agree that serious errors were made over the last 10 years. We obviously deeply regret any error that could have possibly resulted in the victims living under these conditions for even one additional day.
You know, but I got to tell you, I've been reading the Wire copy. That spokesperson there works for the same department, the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, that is fighting a court ruling that says you're going to have to turn over all your documents related to the bungled parole of Philip Garrido. So they're very sad and they're very sorry, but they are fighting like hell, tooth and nail, to not have to release the documents in their possession that is going to show the full extent of their bungling in junk justice land. Jaycee's world was destroyed in 1991. 11 years old, she was abducted at a bus stop. Finally, last August, the news everybody prayed for.
Jaycee Duggard was found alive in Antioch. Excuse me. She was found alive in Antioch. Just to remind you just a little bit, she was kidnapped in June of 1991. She was taken off the street in front of her house. As you all know, there was nothing then, nor is there anything now to indicate that this was anything other than a stranger abduction of an 11-year-old.
Yeah, no stranger to the parole department. No stranger to the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. Jaycee and her daughters have been free for 6 months. Their nightmare, however, is far from over. Turns out Jaycee and her 2 daughters are broke. That is a travesty, and in a moment we're going to tell you how you can help this family. I'm going to welcome back my panel, and I would like to start with Katie Calloway Hall. Katie, you were attacked by this monster, Philip Garrido. What is your take on the plan by Jaycee and her family to sue the state of California?
Well, I think it's really sad that the people, the good citizens of California, the taxpayers, are going to end up footing this bill. But I think there has to be something due to Jaycee and her family. I mean, my goodness, there has to be accountability somewhere. You know, they just don't get away with not being accountable. Even the files that have been released have got all the names blacked out. You know, so they're not giving up anything yet.
You know, Katie, you had your horror story. You were attacked by this man, and you're so courageous for speaking out, and you're one of my heroes for speaking out. And then he got 50 years for raping you and attacking you, and he got released in just over 10 years, and they never even bothered to call you and tell you they were releasing him. I mean, this is mind-boggling. This whole show has been a litany of horrific, deadly, and potentially deadly errors by the justice system.
Yes, it has, and I'm telling you, the parole system in Jaycee's case, and which has affected me too, they didn't fail for 18 weeks or 18 months, they failed for 18 years. 18 years. And like you said, someone needs to be held accountable. I think it's a really sad state of affairs in this country that, like you said, women can't go out walking or jogging by themselves, that they have to be so afraid. I think it's horrible. And I'm tired of giving these sexual predators chance 2 or chance 3. I think 1 and you're done. No more chances.
You're absolutely
they have to be put
right.
away.
Hang in there, Katie. Right after the break, we're going to come back with more on you and Jaycee Duggard's continuing nightmare.
At Best Western, you get more, like with our double triple deal. Stay twice and earn